You are praying for the next level. You are asking for the bigger business, the raise at work, the seven-figure salary. You want a bigger team. You want a national stage. But I have to give you the hard warning. If you got everything you wished for right now, today, it would crush you. Your current nervous system does not have the capacity to hold what it is that you are wishing for and wanting, and that your soul is desiring because you are already tired running what you have, and more would completely break you. In ancient times, when a queen walked into a palace, she went through 12 months of preparation before that happened, called the Esther Protocol. And so we are using an analogy today from Queen Esther from biblical times to talk about how queens were prepared for their moment, the time that they would enter the palace. And it wasn't about vanity, it was about identity. And if you feel stuck between where you are and where you want to go, you don't need a new funnel. You need a preparation season. We think the gap between us and $5 million dollars of revenue and us and the ideal clients is some other strategy, some gap, some app, some tool that we need, but it's not. It's a container gap. The Esther rule was 6 months of oil of myrrh, which is the bitter, the cleansing, the letting go, and 6 months of sweet spices, which is the restoration of you and your soul, because you cannot put old wine and new wineskins. We've heard that before, right? And think about that in relation to your life and your businesses. The old wineskins are your addiction, your stress, your cortisol, your need to control everything and have everything figured out all the time, your scarcity mindset. And if you pour more of that, more success into those old wineskins, you're going to burn out. But by the end of this video, you will understand that another hack, another paid subscription that you're not using, another course to download that you haven't even watched yet, that is not what's going to take you to the next level. Like, those things seem like they're really good at the time, but at the end of the day, a season of preparation is life changing. And there are 3 specific phases that are going to get you there. All right. So phase number 1 is the one that no one really wants to go through. It's the detox, the oil of myrrh phase, if you will, because myrrh in biblical times was used for purification. It removes like all the dead skin. And in our businesses, it's the ugly work. And this is what those steps look like. The client purge comes first, firing the clients who drain your energy because they can't come with you to the next level. Always looking to prune that bottom 5%. You have to detox or end your savior mode, the habit of you constantly swooping in and saving the day for your team. You have to let them fail, let them make mistakes, and let them learn so they can become better, more equipped leaders too. And like, this one is so hard. You have to get rid of that like your old beliefs. It's the belief detox, because when you start to identify the beliefs that you have about yourself, like, I have to suffer to be successful, or this has to be extremely hard, and you start to let those go, you have to replace that with something else. And sometimes those beliefs are hard to believe about yourself, like that you could be successful, that you could be good, that you could be enough. And this first phase, the detox phase, feels like a loss. Like, it feels like that you're really truly having to let something go and that you're shrinking. But the truth is you are just making space for what's going to happen next. Because remember, if your life is that old wineskin and we start to pour new in it, it's going to crack and you won't be able to carry the weight of it. Because the truth is you were never meant to carry the weight of everything anyway. You are only meant to carry the weight of the things that matter and that are aligned with your soul, like aligned with where you're really truly going in this world. And in phase 2 is like the sweet spices phase of the Esther protocol, and that's the restoration. So after you've detoxed and gotten rid of those clients that were draining you, gotten rid of the mindsets and the beliefs that you're not enough and that you can't do this and that this has to be miserable, and you've gotten rid of your need and desire to swoop in and save the day for everyone, you get to have the restoration phase. And that is where you get to be anointed with this new identity. And for women, it's truly about like leaning into like pleasure and goodness and your femininity. Woo, got tongue tied on that one. Didn't I say that 3 times fast? Femininity. You get to lean into your femininity. And this is so mandatory because you cannot go like high level. You cannot take your team to the next level if you are brittle, if you are that old wineskin, because you need to be able to be soft to be resilient. You need to be able to feel, and not only like feel what's happening and like things around you, but also feel what feels good to you. And if your body is so full of all the junk and you skipped the detox part, like you're not going to get to the good part where you actually get to choose things that are in alignment with where you want to go next. And that is so true, whether it's in business or it's in life. And the steps we take in phase 2 during this restoration phase are truly important. And they're kind of fun too, because this is the self-care phase. This is the phase where it's not just 10 minutes. Like we're talking about 0-houring your mornings where you wake up an hour before everyone else and truly get like yourself in the right headspace and aligned, where you have deep sleep, where maybe you're wearing an Aura ring or some other tracking device that's tracking your sleep and activity throughout the day. You're eating nourishing foods that are feeding your body what you need like 90% of the time. Like still have some dark chocolate and wine every once in a while, but like most days, most of the time, you're doing things that are going to help you to be better, like more pure, clean version of yourself. Because those things actually signal to your body that like you're safe. You're not in fight or flight mode anymore. You're not running off cortisol and low energy all the time. And you start to look as beauty as a strategy, just like the queens would get prepared before they walked into the temple, right? They wanted to walk in a like season or a posture of preparation, like I am meant to be here. But if you are ragged and tired and bloodshot eyes and low energy and don't feel good, like you're not going to command that space in your life, in your business, and that energy you project can be felt by those people around you. And so that involves like dressing like you want to show up before you go somewhere. So like if you're a CEO in a corporate environment, like dress that part. If you're, the biggest, baddest yoga and fitness instructor, like wear the good stuff, look good, like that's your uniform. But something about that like makes us feel the part in that season of preparation, because sometimes we have to show up and be and dress the part before we actually become the part, right? And then also your fragrance. Like when you walk into a room, are you emitting stress? Or are you emitting like a nice, peaceful fragrance? Like whether it's perfume or essential oils or just being like nice and clean for the day, like that's how you want to arrive. And then phase 3 is when you enter into the king's court. And that is to whatever platform that you're showing up on. So if it's your YouTube channel because you're a content creator, if it is walking into the pet palace because you are the best groomer around, whatever it is, you are showing up. Because when Esther arrived for the king, she didn't beg for the Jews. She didn't hustle. She didn't complain. She said, "This is what I need." And the king extended it to her because she spent the time in a season of preparation and not rushing in frazzled and a mess. And in business, when you complete this protocol, when you go through these steps, you stop chasing. Your high ticket clients, the people that you are really wanting to get in front of, they come to you because you have showed up with purpose and with poise in a prepared state, and know that what you have to say matters in your space, and that you are mentally and physically and spiritually and emotionally prepared to own that and to be confident, because that exudes from you, rather than rushing in and always stressing about how am I going to get there? How am I going to get there? How are we going to make this happen? Because the truth is, The hardest work you will ever do is to sit 6 months with yourself in a season of preparation. But because of that work, because of the foundation that you are laying, it will allow you to show up in the rest of your life in ways that you never thought possible. But you cannot rush the process. And if you know that you're ready to enter a preparation phase so that you can truly move your life and your legacy to the next level, we can do that together. And you can click on the link to book a one-on-one free discovery call with me where we talk about not only where you want to go, but where you are right now and what that next easy best step is for you.